After Meta Andromeda algorithm update, the way Facebook ads optimize campaigns has completely changed. The classic structure, multiple ad sets, splits by audience, interests, and lookalike segments, is now becoming obsolete. Traffickers and digital marketers still using this old model are already seeing performance drops with failing ROAS and unstable scaling. Through extensive testing across various e-commerce accounts, one approach has proved consistently superior, delivering ROAS improvements between and uh, 23% and 43%. This new structure aligns perfectly with how the Andromeda algorithm now prioritizes data and creative signals. Uh, Andromeda fundamentally shifts where optimization happens. Instead of relying on audience segmentation and manual targeting, Meta now does most of the targeting through creative diversification. In practical terms, audience and lookalikes are losing relevance. The algorithm automatically, automatically analyzes your creative library, categorize each and intro micro audience based on engagement patterns, and delivers every ad to the users most likely to respond to it. That means the creative is now the main targeting layer. So, success depends less on how you configure ad sets and far more on how many distinct creative concepts and angles you feed the algorithm. In this case now we're talking about creative diversification, and the new the new core of targeting. Well, uh, creative diversification doesn't mean you just swapping colors or changing background notices. This means producing ads that explore completely different messaging angles, concepts, and user motivations, such as emotional storytelling, product benefits, social proof, or urgency-based content. Meta algorithm then groups these creative into audience clusters automatically and optimize delivery to whichever cluster responds best to each message. In other words, every new creative now acts as a mini audience test, and your account's scalability depends on the volume and diversity of those creatives. Under this new framework, the rule is simple: stop multiplying ad sets, stop multiplying creative within fewer ad sets. Uh, well, here's the what works now. If one campaign is CBO, few ad sets, ideally one to four, many creative inside each ad set, between 15 and 30. Yes, no exclusions for engaged users or existing customers, unless for a specific promo case, like Black Friday, Christmas, etc. Instead of testing each angle in a separate ad set, all variations now stay together under one ad set. This allows Meta to leverage historical learning data from that ad set, instead of starting the learning phase fast every time a new one is created. As soon as an ad set leaves are learning fast and achieve stable performance. It should be left untouched. If you have a new batch of 20, 30 creative, don't add them to an already optimized asset. Create a new one instead, right? The goal is to minimize the number of assets and maximize the number of creative in each. Well, this structure has shown measurable improvement across multiple accounts. In one case, ROAS increased from 3% to 4-5%. Well, in another, from 5 to 7%. Yes, and the only variable change was campaign structure, consolidating multiple assets into one and adding more creative to that single asset. Well, why is work that um, when new creatives are added to an ad set with existing data, Meta's algorithm can immediately optimize delivery using prior learning. It no longer has to start from zero, drastically improving scalability and efficient. Uh, Meta learning process happens at the ad set level, not the campaign level. Each of Sydney's at least 50, yes, 50 conversions per week to exit the learning phase. By spreading creative across many assets, you slow down optimization and fragment data. Consolidating creative inside one asset allows faster learning, stronger signal density, and smoother scanning curves, especially under the CBO system. Well, audience exclusion rules. A major change under Andromeda is that exclusions are no longer essential. Meta now automatically balance spend between new users, engaged audience, and existing customers. So here's the logic. Well, new audience receive a 65% of spend, engaged audience, visitors, total, etc., 30%, existing customers, between 3-5%. Well, this natural distribution allows campaigns to act as full funnel system within a single CBO, even though a small percentage of budget goes to existing customers. It's beneficial, especially for brands with multiple products or strong cross-sell potential. However, for this system to work, you must feed Meta all your audience data properly. Uh, well, upload dynamic list for purchaser, new list of subscriber, Klaviyo contact, sync them automatically so the algorithm can discuss in between customers and them. If you don't, Meta will uh, misclassify audience as over-deliver to one user, wasting budget. Well, in this case, instead of building separate prospecting, retargeting, and retention campaigns, Andromeda structures now perform all three functions inside one campaign. Meta automatically distributes budget across the funnel based on user behavior and creative intent. However, the only works if you create different ad messages for each stage of awareness. For example, top funnel, curiosity, storytelling, justification, pain points. middle of funnel, testimonials, comparisons, problem solution context, and finally, bottom of funnel, urgency, limited offers, product detail focus. Without this creative mix, Meta won't have enough variation of to identify which audience belong to which funnel stage, leading to inefficient spend. All right.